Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome to my channel if you're new. I would like to thank everyone for viewing, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please check your subscription status. I've got people that are unsubscribed. They come in, they subscribe, they leave, they come back, and they've been unsubscribed again. So I don't know what's happening. Anyways, getting into this. First of all, I want to thank Yasmin Boland for her decks. These are the Moonology decks. The Moonology regular deck, but then also the Moonology manifestation deck that she's got out, and also all the information that we get around the lunar, well, the lunar information we get all comes from her in her Moonology diary, which I'm going to be using today for the information for you guys. So thank you, big thank you to Yasmin Boland. And what she has to say with this super new moon, guys, this is a super new moon in Aquarius, and it takes place on January 21st. So this super new moon in Aquarius, it's a potentially very powerful new moon. Plus, it's a super moon, like I said. It's the first new moon of 2023. So it's a great time for you all to reaffirm your intentions for the year. If you haven't already done that, it might be a good idea to get that done. It's also what you could call a lucky new moon for everyone. Now, this is because it's making a harmonious aspect to the planet of good luck and good times, Jupiter. Here's the thing, though. In astrology, the impact of any moon, any new moon, depends a lot on what aspects that new moon is making to other planets at the time. And this new moon will be communing with Jupiter, like I already said. So it really should be a positive period for us all, if potentially excessive. Jupiter is the planet of luck. The only thing to note is that at the same time as the new moon, Venus is meeting Saturn. Venus is the planet of love and Saturn the planet of longevity and lessons. So if you're feeling sad, lonely, or blue, seek out some friends that you love. The Aquarian energy is great for groups and networks. It's also a good time to cut a deal or make a long-term commitment to someone, but not a great time to be alone, not unless you really feel like it. So seek out new friendships if old ones feel outdated. But overall, I think it's going to be a great new moon for all of us. Okay, so let's get into the cards now. The decks, again, will all be listed below in the description box. This is the Moonology deck, and it's for the new moon, and it says a new start is coming. New moons are all about new beginnings, right? The full moon is all about the endings. And this is the new moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. Ooh, some of us could be coming together with soulmates. Now, this is the super moon, and because it's a super moon, emotions are going to be running high. But because of the aspects, it's going to be in a good way, okay, for most of us. Now, this is the Moonology manifestation deck, and this is for the new moon in Aquarius, and it says open up to change. Yeah, there's a lot of change coming, a lot of change. We all are going to be going through massive changes. This year is going to be the year of change, okay? It's also going to be the year of miracles, everyone. You're going to start seeing a lot of rewards, a lot of things that you have been wanting to manifest. They're going to start coming through for you because this is the year, okay? Okay, so let's get with the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. Okay, ooh, this, like I said, look at this. You've got the Sovereignty card right off the bat. This is all about your true, authentic power, you standing in a very powerful place. Incredible. Pleasure. So far, so good. Darkness. The long night moon. Now this moon is in December, okay? So that's going to be timing for us for something. Something took place in December. And then you've got discernment. Nice. I like this. Okay, we're going to get timing on these cards for, or I'm going to get timing on these cards for you guys. And then we're going to clarify them with a tarot deck and just see exactly what it is that's going to be taking place here. Okay, so the sovereignty card, there's no timing around this, okay? This is, I feel, where you're headed. So I'm going to put this at the end of the row. Now, this is going to go first. This is the initial card. This is the darkness card. But this is the long night moon, and that was in December, and that was December 7th, okay? So something took place on or near that moon in December, and it may have brought, because it's the dark moon, or the dark, it's a darkness, right? So that's a negativity, which means it could have brought with it something really dark for some of you, something very negative, something maybe that you had to let go of. We're going to figure this out though, because we're going to get cards, we're going to clarify. Okay, so next we have the pleasure card, because the waning gibbous 2 is January 23rd. So whatever it was that took place in December here, around this full moon, although it might have seemed like a negative, I'm getting a feeling on this that it was more like a blessing in disguise. Yes, at the time it probably felt dark, it probably felt negative, it could have felt horrible. It depends on what it was, and again, it's going to be something different for everybody, but it's whatever that was that triggered the pleasure that's coming in, okay? And then you have the waxing gibbous 1 with the discernment card. Now that's January 28th, okay? So what could be happening here is just a whole, they're showing me dominoes, you know, a dominoes effect. So the darkness here, whatever that was, it triggered the pleasure that's coming on or around the 23rd of January, but you're going to be asked to use discernment around this. So blessing in disguise, but don't go crazy, because you're needing to not be in a fog where this is concerned, okay? Use your discernment moving forward with this. And that will take you to this higher stance, this higher space that you can be in, where you are in total awareness of what's going on around you. And you have your power, your true, authentic self, your power. Just hang on just a second. This sovereignty card is supreme power and authority. Now, this could be somebody using their authority over you. Do you see what I mean? You use discernment, because this could represent the law, you know, a court system, police, whatever. So it could be that whatever this darkness is, I feel like somebody out there just wanted to feel good. So maybe didn't use discernment, and then they end up in trouble. So just be careful, everybody. I don't think that's a majority though, because it is a new moon. It's the super new moon. It's going to be a lucky, lucky time. Maybe you use discernment and luckily slide past that situation, okay? So let's get some clarifiers here. This is very strange to me. But what I feel mostly, for a majority of you, this is you stepping into your power and authority over your life and where it's headed, okay? Okay, so on the darkness and pleasure cards, we have the Nine of Wands. This is somebody that has been through the mill. You've worked hard, you've worked long. It's been brutal. The dark night of the soul periods have had such an exhausting effect on you. You're at a place in December, around the full moon, you were at a place where you weren't sure you could move forward. You were so... Some of you could have been tired, exhausted. Some of you could have been depleted because, you know, you've laid out 8 wands here. You've done the work of the 8 wands and you've got nothing to show for it yet. And so your attitude is, why bother? Why keep going? I've done 8 out of 9 things and nothing is changing. I'll tell you what, I've been there. I'm just coming out of that. I was there probably for most of the year, to be honest with you. I just felt like I kept spinning my wheels. I was doing, and not moving forward. The pleasure comes from taking that final step, because the Nine of Wands is telling you, persevere. You've got one step to final fulfillment, one step to pleasure. So keep going, okay? Now on the pleasure card and the discernment card, you've got the Ace of Swords. This is you receiving the enlightenment, okay? Maybe that's what brings the pleasure in. Maybe that's what takes you to pleasure. Clarity, knowing. You just have that knowing. Use your intellect as well as your intuition here, okay? Moving through the 23rd to the 28th of January. The intuition is the intuition, I believe, is what works with the pleasure, as well as the intellect, because sometimes we can be drawn into things that look very pleasureful or pleasurable, and we're not being discerning, and that's when we get caught up in trouble with the authority, possibly. But for others of you, it's about having fun, just having fun, doing what it is that makes you feel good, that makes you smile and laugh. But be discerning, okay? And this is going to be intellect and intuition that you need to use here. Now on discernment and sovereignty, yeah, check this out. Nine of Pentacles. This is all about financial independence. So that's what this is all about. Something that we need to do if we want to manifest wealth into our lives, finances. We've got anything we want to manifest, actually. We've got to have fun. Find time. Maybe, you know, work hard Monday to Friday, but then the weekends are all about fun. Do whatever it is that you can look forward to on the weekends. Fun is a necessity to manifesting. And you using your discernment is going to take you to that place of power and authority, which takes you to that place of manifesting all those finances that you wanted to manifest. Bottom of the deck, part of the overall energy, Two of Wands. You're going to find yourself at a crossroads here. I don't think you're going to have too much trouble making that decision, because she's already made her decision. If you notice, she's already chosen the wand. and she's got the globe and her transportation. Like she's moving forward. She's made the decision. Once you make this decision, whatever it is, you're going to move forward into this manifestation of money. And that, I'm hearing, is a mound. However big a mound is, but it's a mound of money. It's not just, you know, a couple $100. This is a mound. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, let's get Gaia Oracle cards now. So persevere. Persevere. Move through the fog using your discernment. Use your intellect and your intuition to move through this fog here. Okay, on the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Swords, we've got Night Wind, facing fear, subconscious release, and healing. Right? Nine of Wands. This could be a fear of continuing to move forward because you're gonna place that last wand and come to the realization that nothing is going to manifest. You've been on the wrong path this whole time. That's why nothing has shown up yet. Don't allow yourself to go there, okay? The clarity is coming. You're gonna know. You're gonna know exactly what to do and where to go and how to do it. And this sits right underneath the pleasure card. So for me, follow your pleasure, follow your passion, move toward what makes you happy, what excites you, what brings pleasure. Now on the Ace of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles, you have intuitive communication. Like I said, you've got to use your intuition here. Silent whispers of the heart. Yes, your intuition speaks to you in whispers, unless you don't want to hear it. And eventually it becomes a brick upside the head because you need to move in a specific direction. So this is underneath discernment. With the discernment, use your intuition, okay? That's what you're being asked to do here. You need to use your intellect to move toward the pleasure, whatever that is for you, but use your intuition when you're discerning. I gotta say this, I'm trying to translate the energy that I'm sensing here with these cards. Just give me a minute. Because I feel, wow, you've got darkness here. And then I jump over to discernment and she's in a cloud. She's in a fog. And you've got pleasure in between. Now, I'm having so much, there's got to be some of you out there that are feeling very confused because of this, whatever this is, this first row, whatever's taking place here, you're going to feel massive confusion. Massive. And that could be, you know, like what we talked about, this new moon. It's going to be intense, for sure. But keep in mind, it takes you to financial independence. It's going to take you to the money. But it's almost like you can't see it coming. It doesn't look like what it actually is. And that could be what this is. That could be all it is. It's just that it doesn't look like what you think it should look like. But in making that decision, when you get to the crossroads, this is your crossroads right here, the discernment. That's where you're needing to use discernment to move forward, and you will step into your power at that point. You will have this supreme power and authority over your own life. And look at, The Nine of Pentacles right there. And intuition. You're being guided, absolutely, through this fog. So pay heed to the guidance, the messages that are coming in. Make sure you're open to receiving them. Try not to be in this state of, well, why should I bother? I've done this for years and nothing's changed. Because you're this close. You're there. You know, we give up. We will work on something and work on something and work on something. And do you know that when we give up, it's always when we're this close to the finish line. Don't give up. You're this close to the finish line. You're almost there. Face the fear. Allow yourself to release whatever it is that you're holding within that's causing the fear in the first place. Let it go. You have some amazing things. It's like a, how do I want to put this? It's you know, you're down, you're up. You're down, you're up. It's like a zigzag that's taking place here. Go with it. Just go with it. It's going to take you where you want to go. Okay? Let's get a Synchronicity Oracle card here. Because Spirit is working behind the scenes. You don't have to worry. You don't have to fear. Spirit, this sits on top of the facing your fear and intuitive communication. Spirit is working behind the scenes, and Spirit is therefore gifting you with the information that you need in order to navigate this path while in a fog. Because look at, like I said, the intuitive communication is right underneath the discernment, and you're in a fog here. You need to use discernment, but how do you do that? You have to do it by feel. You don't have sight. You're in a fog. You've got to do it by feel. And what I mean by that is the messages, the guidance that comes in from Spirit. It's always by feel. It's going to make you feel warm and fuzzy in the pit of your stomach when you think about a direction, when you come up against this decision that you have to make, the crossroads. Use discernment, meaning intuition. Use your intuition. Your guides are going to move you forward on the right path by making you feel really good about making that decision. So take a step back, take a look at the two different paths you have a choice to take. And think about taking this one and give yourself a minute to feel it. If you feel nothing, think about taking the second one. If you feel that warm, fuzzy feeling in the pit of your stomach, you feel really good about it, that's the direction you go. Okay? Now, 29, when I created this deck, I'd been seeing a bunch of different numbers randomly. I wanted to know what they meant, and I thought you probably would too, so I made a deck. I asked my guides what the numbers represented. What they gave me is what I put on the cards. 29 means Spirit is working behind the scenes. Okay? Things are being worked out as we speak. So if you see 29, or you have been seeing 29, know that that is Spirit working for your highest good. Okay? Now let's get a Divine Doors card. And then I want to get a Sacred Destiny card, and I think we're going to wrap this up. Okay, what I'm getting now is this darkness, whatever this was in December, was meant to happen as blessing in disguise, because it's moving you towards pleasure. It's moving you towards happiness, everything you want. But you're going to find yourself in this fog for whatever reason. Maybe there's a lesson to be learned here, but you're going to find yourself in the fog when it comes to making the decision when you get to this crossroads, okay? But you are going to be guided, because Spirit is working behind the scenes, moving everything and getting it all lined up so that when you come out of this fog, you just go and you step right into financial independence. So face your fear. Face your fear. You've got nothing to fear. Spirit is taking care of you. Okay, so this is... You could be walking into a room like this. No wonder there's fear. Oh my God, look at this. Use your discernment when you get to this room, will you? Because it doesn't look like any place I'd want to be. Okay, let's read it. It says, walkabout. You discover your path. In sacred walkabout, the trees are your people. The earth is your tribe. In indigenous lessons, you find the will to survive. So get out into nature. That's where you're going to find your tribe. Your tribe are the trees. Spirit is in nature. You know, taking a walk in nature, the reason it's so good for us, it's a form of meditation, because when you're in nature, everything is completely balanced. Everything. Nature is balanced. And it has that same effect on us. So go for a walk in nature. You're going to discover this path. You're going to get your messages, your answers, your guidance while you're on a walk in nature. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you. And there's a lesson. And that's when you find the will to survive, to persevere. You're going to get your answer, you're going to get your guidance, and it's going to make you think, I got to go. I got to keep moving because I want this. Okay, you know, it wasn't until I got to this card that things started to clear up for me, because I had a fog. And that's the confusion. You are going to be confused when this comes in. Just get into that place of receiving the messages. Meditate. You don't like to meditate the usual way. I hate meditating that way. I have my own way of meditating, and it's not anything like, you know, the monks meditate. It's nothing like that, but it works for me. I do get my answers. I get my guidance. And it makes me feel really good while I'm in the meditation. So Spirit is just saying here, all you have to do is take a walk out in nature. Try to do it alone. You know, you can take your fur baby or whatever, but be on your own so that you can be quiet-minded. Don't think about anything. Don't talk to anybody. Just move through nature and enjoy the beauty and the peace, and listen to the birds chirping and singing, and smell those beautiful smells that are out there, and just enjoy it. And you're either going to get your guidance while you're on that walk, or you're going to get it once you get home. But you will get it. Okay, let's get the Sacred Destiny card, and then I think, are we done after this one? I don't know. Well, let's get this one, and then we'll see where we're at here. Simplicity. Simplify your life. Let go of any anchors, any weight that might be holding you back. You are about to ascend. And that, because it's energetically, it's spiritually, it doesn't matter. It's not material things, but material things will weigh you down and hold you back from ascending, okay? So purge, purge, purge. Clear out everything that you can, that you no longer need, things that are not serving a purpose. If you can't look at it and say, oh my God, I love that, then let somebody else enjoy it. Take it to a secondhand store, sell it, whatever you want to do, and replace it with something that you can say, I love that. Well, don't replace everything, because you're needing to purge here. Get organized. I need to read this for you. There's something in it that you need to hear. I'm not sure what that is, but we're going to get it from the book for you. Actually, I want to put that in front of the camera for you guys. Okay, there you go. Okay, it says, the sacred landscape wants you to know this. To find a sacred simplicity and have clarity in your life, oh boy, this has been a message for a bit. My last video has this in it. Do only what matters. Release everything else. Simplify your life. Scan all areas and clear both internal and external clutter. Rest, rejuvenate, and only participate in what is truly important to you. Relinquish everything else. Don't delay. Do it now. When your life is cluttered with objects, relationships, time constraints, and emotions, there's no room for spirit. There's too much static and too much stuff to connect to your soul. The smallest amount of clutter clearing can make the biggest difference. And I can tell you that is true. I started to purge because I was guided to purge. And I think I maybe got a couple of bags of things out of my house. I still have more to go, but it was at that point that I could see things were starting to turn around, and it was just a couple of small bags. Like, we're not even talking green garbage bags. We're talking, you know, grocery carry bags, not the plastic ones, but, you know, the bigger fabric type ones. But still, it's not much. And I saw things turn around after I got those out of the house. So it is really important to clear away the things that you no longer need, that are no longer serving a purpose, right? I keep being drawn to this deck here. So let's get a card from here. Divine Abundance. We did Divine or Sacred Destiny. Let's do Divine Abundance. Okay, that is our card. And it's the Fear card, no less. And it says, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Yeah, because love is the opposite of fear. And it's just basically positive and negative, right? Try to see everything from a place of love rather than a place of fear. This is not going to be visible to you. The answer. You get to this crossroads and you have to make a decision. You might have to make it quick. It's going to be different for all of you, okay? I'm not getting anything here that says that it has to be quick, but that could be why you're in a fog, because there's two areas that you have to choose between and you have no idea, no information on either of them and have no clue which way to go. That puts you in a fog, okay? Something is putting you in a fog. And you're being forced to move forward by feel rather than sight. Move forward from a place of love, pleasure. Pleasure, love, happiness, positivity, whatever it is. Move past the darkness. And to do darkness, that's the fear, okay? Move past the fear with love, pleasure, for you, however you want to look at it. You are moving forward to a great place. Trust. Trust, everyone. This is an amazing reading. This moon, this super moon, emotions are going to run really high. Don't allow it to have an effect on your ability to hear your guidance, because that's how you need to move forward. It's the only way you can move forward. You can't see. You don't have enough information to make that decision, and you can't see. It's dark. Wow. The energy around this is, now that it's all laid out, feels amazing. Absolutely amazing. So keep moving forward like I did in this reading, because when I first started doing this reading, I was confused. I felt like I was in this fog. Nothing, I couldn't even translate what I was feeling. So That could be where you find yourself. You're not even able to translate the messages when they're coming through because you are in such a fog. You've got to do what you can to try and get out of that fog as much as you can. And I don't think you're going to be able to get out of it completely, but maybe enough that you can hear the guidance coming through. Take the walks. That's important. Okay? Spirit is working behind the scenes and trying to guide you. Okay. I think that's everything now. 36 minutes. It's a long one, guys, but it's got some pretty good information in it for you, some necessary information for you. I'm having trouble speaking. You may find you're in the same boat, but like I said, now that I've got the whole spread down, it feels clear, it feels good, and I'm able to move forward, or I feel like I'm going to be able to move forward, and you will too, okay? Okay, that's everything. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.